Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95, the Savior, and I kind of want to have a little bit of a different tone of my videos, so it's not really going to be angry, negative, whatever, but I just kind of feel like I had like a, not really an aha moment, but like something that really like changed my life in a way. So I think I might have kind of mentioned this already on YouTube recently, but I definitely did on Patreon a little bit, but I want to kind of go in more detail about it. And it was something that really touched me that seemed super simple from a date that I went on. So I am not currently in a relationship as with the filming of this video, but I have been dating a lot of people since I came to Tokyo. I'm currently in Osaka right now in my old apartment. These are, my last few, days that I'll be spending here. I will come back again probably by the end of September next month. So yeah, but what I wanted to talk about was, I went on a date with this doctor, and while we were talking, we somehow got on the topic of, what we were doing with our lives, basically. And so I was talking, he somehow like brought up the subject about school or whatever, and I was talking about how I was studying nursing like online. And so I was saying that I haven't really decided what I want to do because, of course, you cannot finish that degree without physically going to like actual nursing school, which has to be done in person. At least to my understanding, there's no school that offers a fully online course. So there are other options where you can get nursing related degrees, but not like a regular RN nurse without like going back to the US and finishing my course there for at least a year or two. So excuse me, I've actually kind of been on like a hiatus, or not hiatus, but like a break from school. I just got a message. Nope, it's not of importance. I thought it was. But yeah, and so after I said that, now I didn't talk to him about this, but I met this guy through the Pairs dating app, which is basically the Japanese version of eHarmony, if you will. So he said to me, like, you remind me of myself, when I was 24, 25, however old he said he was. And he was saying that he had a teacher, a professor when he was in college, basically pull him aside and say, you're trying to do too much stuff. You need to focus on one thing. And so he was saying to me, like, you want to get married, you want to have kids, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a nurse, you want to do this, you want to do that. Like, focus on one thing. And he doesn't even know about my YouTube channel and blog and my ideas for business, etc. And it sounded like such a small, simple thing, but it was something that I honestly had never really been told or heard before. Like, I feel like as a Black woman, specifically somebody that, I'm feeling really cold. Hold on, turn off my air. Somebody that's had all the problems that I've had, household-wise, I've always felt like I wasn't doing enough. I've always felt like there's more that I could be doing. I've always felt like I was in competition with the world and myself, and it's not even just competition. Like, I am a very ambitious person. I am someone that wants to, I'm a Capricorn. I'm someone that always, like, wants to have the best. I want to make more money. I want to have more business. I want to do more whatever. And there's so many things that I've always wanted to accomplish, and I have so many regrets of things that I let go. I don't say this in like a joking, light way, like, oh, there was potential. No. Guys, I had the opportunity to be the very first graduating class of a charter school in a, predominantly Black neighborhood. I watched my classmates, almost all of them, leave that school with multi-million-dollar scholarships, fully paid ways, debt-free. These people are working on master's and doctorate degrees now. And here I am, struggling to pay student loans, struggled to get into school, didn't get to start on time, like just everything possible. I regretted not having the grades that I wanted to, not having the ACT score that I wanted to. I literally like fumbled the bag and messed up when it really mattered. I did so good as a grade school student. I was very studious. I didn't always do my homework like how I should have, but I was a really smart kid. I tested really well. My classwork was always really well. And when I did do homework, I always did a really good job. And so it really hurt me looking back. I look at the opportunities that I wasted. I used to be in band. I took ballroom dancing. I took guitar. I took piano. I took flute. I did soccer. I did tennis. I threw everything away because I was broken. My household was broken. And for me, I wanted to be grown. I wanted to run around. I wanted to date boys, kiss boys, whatever, do my thing. I actually didn't run around sleep with anybody back then, but my parents accused me of it. I was just gonna keep it real. And with that said, it really discouraged me. I didn't have motivation to do anything. I felt like, well, people already think bad things about me. Might as well do whatever I want to. I never really dealt with like legitimate bullying, but I had some situations at school too. I had social anxiety. I was a quiet and shy person. I was poor. I didn't have nice name brand things. It made me not want to go to school anymore. I ruined a lot of stuff. I transferred a lot of times. I threw away my childhood basically between being abused at home and church to being bullied and feeling like a loner in school, like just everything. So anyway, as an adult, or even as a kid before I became an adult, I like dreamed of being an adult because there were so many things I wanted to do. I couldn't wait until I could do whatever I wanted to. And don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I'm glad to be in Japan. But time is slipping away. I'll be 26 soon. And I'm now officially closer to being 30 than I am 20 or a teenager or anything else. And I look back and I think, look at all the time that I've wasted. Sure, I'm here, I'm giving advice, I'm making my little money on YouTube, whatever, but there's things that I want to do that I haven't experienced doing out of fear, out of the inability to save money, out of the inability to lose weight, this, that, and the other. And it's like, I refuse to waste any more of my time. I feel like I've kind of had like a revelation in a way, like something that just really like dawned on me, that hit me, that made me change my mind about what I wanted to do. And I can't believe I'm going to say this because I've always said my entire life that I wanted to be a teacher. I love teaching. I've always wanted to be, a teacher, this, that, and the other. And I even changed my heart and preferred kindergarten. I used to want to do older students. But now, honestly, I feel like my new dream, as crazy as this may seem and sound, it seems so polar opposite of, the old me or whatever me. I feel like there's two things that I see myself doing in my life, and I don't know which one I prefer. Well, technically I do know which one I prefer more, but I feel like my new goal in life is I really want to be a mom. Like, that's my new thing. And I used to always say, I want to continue working. I don't want to continue working. I know that for me continuing to work, I want it to be for myself. I want to still, do business or whatever, but I want everything I do to be based out of my home. I no longer want to be a teacher. And honestly, it's probably best for Japan anyway, since I'm always quitting to begin with. But that's what really made me think about it. It's not that I'm trying to take full responsibility for everything in that sense, because as I say, anytime I've quit a job or have been fired, there has always been some crazy reasons for what has went on. It's never just been because I'm a bad person or a bad employee or anything else. But I feel like I need to take my own advice. I'm clearly not happy with what I'm doing. I've clearly had more bad experiences than good ones. And don't get me wrong, I'm forever grateful for the good ones that I have had. But honestly, I see myself as still living as a teacher through my YouTube channel. I still have advice to give, tips to give, experiences to share. And to me, that is being a teacher. I have my own kids that I will have, and I can homeschool them. Not, fully, but you know what I mean. Homeschool them as far as the English aspect goes. Because in Japan, you can't legally really homeschool your kids here, like how you can in the U.S. But, I feel like part of my realization that I want to live in Tokyo is also that I do not want to forever be working in a crappy job, in a crappy position. I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue being a teacher, but I do know that I don't have forever to choose to start having children. And I want to do that. I want to have kids, and I don't want to let any more time slip away. I know in my heart that I want to be a mother, and I know that I believe I would be a great mother. I think that my children will love me, and there's so many things that I can't wait to do together as a family, hopefully with my husband too. And so I really want to focus my life on that, because that's something that you can't get back. You can always, even like dating and marriage, etc., you can always get those things later. I hopefully hope to be married when I do have children, but who knows? You can always do that at any time. You can choose to become a teacher again at any time. Might not be as easy if you're older or have children, but you get what I mean. You can choose to model technically at any time, as long as you look good enough to do it, you're fit enough, whatever. Once you no longer have a normal cycle, once you no longer have the ability to ovulate on your own, there's a lot of risks and a lot of money involved. And there's a very high likelihood that you will never be able to conceive naturally. And that honestly scares me. And I've shared little bits about this before, but I feel like I haven't taken it as seriously as I have right now. Because honestly, like, I find myself now, my birthdays, I'm literally in tears. It's like, oh my God, I'm old. Like, it's no longer like, and I'm sorry, I know there's girls watching my videos in their 30s and 40s and even older, but I'm speaking for myself as someone who doesn't already have children, and this is not the timeline that I saw myself going by. And I'm not trying to compete or compare myself to what other people are doing on their timeline, but I know what I wanted for myself. I always said that I didn't want to have children after the age of 30, and now so much for that. I will be doing that, it looks like, because I know I want to have a very big family. I love children, I love family, and it's something that I've always wanted to create for myself and someone else, because I had a big family, but it was so broken and torn apart, and there was so much division. I want to get to experience that and live that through my kids, and I don't want to pressure them or anything, but I want them to feel the love that I didn't feel when I was a child. And honestly, I feel love from them too, like just having them around me. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. This video isn't really going anywhere, but I just honestly feel like I want to change the path that I'm taking for my life. I will continue working as a teacher here, don't get me wrong. There still be journal, story time, stuff about that, and I do in the future still want to have my own school or daycare or whatever ends up happening. I still want those things, don't get me wrong. I still love children, but I know that I don't want to be that career woman that spends all of her youth wasted on just, trying to make money, trying to prove to the world, look, I have this much money, this is my career, look at my clothes, look at my bags, look at my, materialistic things. I want to do what really matters to me, and that is raising a family, going on vacation, traveling. I want to do modeling. Like, those are my two things. That's what I didn't talk about. I want to be a model or an actress or whatever you want to call it. I want to do something in that field. And I also want to have a family. And they're two polar opposite things, because really to do things like modeling, etc., you really need to be in shape, and getting pregnant obviously is not going to help that. But I really just want to work on myself. I want to work on my diet. I've gained so much weight over the past year. I want to work on that, as well as, and that'll also help me, of course, with, conceiving again. TMI, but my cycles have not been normal lately. Y'all don't need to know about all of that, but I'm just keeping it real. We're hopefully all grown here, or close to being grown. Get over it. If you're watching my channel and you ain't got your period yet, you shouldn't be here. So, yeah, it's just so weird, how I feel like in my mind, I'm still 20 years old. And it's wow, I've been here for nearly 5 years now, so time's just going to keep going by. And I don't want to waste any more time, even with dating, etc. For my patrons, I probably sound like a crazy girl. What are you doing? You've had all these dates, but I don't want to rush or force anything. I want to know that the person that I'm with is just as crazy about me as I am about them, and I want to try my best, the best as I can, to ensure that the person that I'm with is going to be a good dad and a good husband and be able to take care of us. And if that means waiting a little bit longer, then so be it. But I want to try my best to not, rush into something that's going to be bad. But I've changed my heart. I don't want to date somebody for years and years and years just for it to go down the drain again. I know I want to get married within the next few months to a year. And anybody that has to date for longer than that, I totally understand and I respect that. But that's just not me. It's not my timeline. As of right now, if I were to get pregnant today, I will be almost 27 years old when I have my first kid. And that's not how I wanted things to go. And I'm honestly kind of sad and disappointed, because the way that I envisioned things was I wanted to get married and have 2-3 years to just be married, have fun being together and travel together and just be a housewife, and then later on start having children, have the ability to wait a year or two between them. But nope, I don't have that I don't have that option anymore. Now, if I want to have the amount of children that I want to, if I want to do things the way I want to, I need to be having babies back to back, basically. So, and I've talked about this before, but I believe I might have some fertility issues already that I've struggled with my whole life. It might just be from, weight, etc. I don't know, but yeah, I really want to focus on myself. I really want to take that seriously, because I don't want to regret that. I already regret not taking school seriously when it really counted or mattered. I don't want to regret waiting around and being focused on my career. And I hate to say this, because I just got to be posting about them too on Instagram. I just got to keep it real. When I hang out with my friends, because see, I'm you guys' big sis. I'm your inspiration here on YouTube. But for me, I'm the young person in the group here in Japan. So when I hang out with my friends and stuff here, I see them and I'm like, oh my God, you scare me. I don't want to be like you. They're in their 30s. Some have never even been on a date before. They don't have children, aren't married, and they're doing much better than me career-wise. They have master's degrees, they have more experience, more certifications, everything. They've had more stable work careers than I have. But at the same time, it's like, what good does any of that stuff do? They want the same things that I do, but they're doing nothing to work towards it. I'm watching them go through surgeries and fibroids and go through, all these type of things that like scares me. It's like, oh my God, that can be me in a few years. I don't want to be that. And no shade, no hate towards them, but just as I inspire them with, my seemingly carefree behavior of being able to quickly get up, pack up my things, go to Tokyo, and quickly change jobs, they inspire me by showing me what I do not want to do, what I do not want to be like. And yeah, like, I know that if I want to make this happen, if I want to have a family, if I want to get married, if I want to even do modeling or anything else, I have to act on it. And it's okay for things to not go the way I wanted it to. Like, at first, I always feel like, okay, I have to do this so I can get this much money and I can start my business, do this right now. But I always want to be an entrepreneur. I want to have my own business. But honestly, I feel like that should take a back burner for right now. I feel like my focus should be on having a family. And after I establish those things, then I can focus on that. But like I said, it really just stuck in me, focus on one thing. You cannot do everything in life. You have one life. You're only going to live for so long. If you try to do too many things at the same time, the quality will not be good. You can't possibly be dedicated to all those things at the same time if you're starting them all at the same time. Just focus on one thing. What do you really want? And when I ask myself that, it's definitely having a family. It's definitely being a mother. And second to that is definitely modeling. And I can't believe that because in my mind, I always thought I want to be a teacher. I don't care about the salary, don't care about the pay. And I do love teaching, don't get me wrong. That's why I like giving you guys advice and talking in these videos. And I feel like I have a story to tell. I feel like the bad things that have happened to me in my life, whether they're my fault or other people's fault, etc., it is help and inspiration to other people. It opens their eyes. It lets people know you are not alone. You are not the only person that has been fired, that has been evicted, that has, had roaches or anything else that has gone without money, without lights, without water, without gas, whatever the case is, without running water. You're not alone. And sharing what my personal experience has been like. We see so much glamorized stuff from, wearing makeup and filters and people with perfect marriages and perfect relationships and perfect houses and just everything in their life is perfect job. They're showing the fun things, the good things in Japan. And I'm glad that these people are happy. I hope that's how they really feel and that it's not just for show. But I also know that it's not possible for everybody to truly be having that experience. People do what makes money. What's short, what's easy, what's cool. I saw a video that was completely unrelated to YouTube, channels that are about blogging. But I saw a video that was on finance. And the guy, he makes really long videos. And he was talking about, that his videos are the best for his, his niche, basically. His niche. I always change the way I say it. His niche. Niche. Oh, I hate that word. Anyway, that word. And he was saying that, come on. Why do people call me in private? Like I'm really going to answer that. But ignore the vibrating from that. But yeah, anyway, basically he was saying like, it's aggravating me. And my brain can't even think. What was I talking about? I was talking about, and so he was saying like, my videos are long or whatever, but at the same time, you're getting information from me. These videos are not people that, just want some short little whatever fun motivational video. I'm actually helping you. I'm telling you what to do. I'm showing you what to do. I make videos to help people, not to entertain people. And he phrased it differently than that, but I was like, that sounds like me. That's my channel. Because I get, messages and comments from people every once in a while, and I promise there's no hate, no shade towards you. Don't feel like you need to apologize or whatever. I totally understand. Because before I made a YouTube channel, and before I found other YouTubers that I actually enjoy watching and listening to, I used to think, why would anybody make a video that's even 10 minutes long? I ain't got that kind of time. Even now, I make long videos, and I can tell you there's plenty of people that I click off their videos after the first couple of seconds. totally understand why people do that with me too. But that's fine. I recognize that my content just is not for them. It's that simple. The people that need me, that need my content, they're the ones who are thankful and grateful. Wow, thank you for such a detailed video. Wow, thank you for getting me that job. Wow, thank you for helping my relationship. They're the ones who are sitting there watching, taking notes, asking for longer videos. You don't need or want my help. For the people that, you wouldn't be making it this far in this video anyway. But you don't need or want my help. And that's fine. It's just not for you. So I forgot I was even saying this to you guys. My brain is everywhere. Got distracted by that anonymous, unknown call. But yes, you have to do what works for you. And for me, I know that I will probably never truly be satisfied and happy until I'm doing what works for me. And that is working for myself. I want to have my own business still. I want to do teaching related stuff. I might consider doing workshops or something else in the future. But I know in my heart that the one thing that I cannot get back is my time. My fertility. My youth. All related around time. I would rather have lived my life with patches here of doing work, patches here of doing that, switching this, switching that, than to stay doing the same thing to make total strangers happy and feel comfortable. There is no cookie and no reward. I said this before. No cookie, no reward for staying at the same company, for doing the same thing. The people that wait that long, wait until they're 35, 40 years old to finally start trying to look for a spouse, get married, whatever. You've wasted so much time. And it's okay. You still have my life ahead of you. But I know I don't want that to be me. And because I have come to this realization earlier than some other people, I want to take full advantage of that. I want to start now. I want to be serious now. I've had no problem with cutting off people that I've been dating lately. And the reason being is, if I don't feel 100% confident and comfortable and in love with you, I don't want to waste your time or mine. I'm trying to get married and have a family. And if you're not on the same page as me, you're going to feel pressured. And that's fine. You're letting me know that this is not for you. You're not the one for me. I no longer have 2, 3, 4, 5 years to be dating you. I'm not waiting until I'm 30 for you. I want to do this now. It's okay to be upfront and honest and direct about what you want in life. It doesn't make you a bad person. Because the people that don't want to get married, don't want to have kids right now, they have no problem telling you up front right now. I just got another message. Telling you up front right now that, they don't want that basically, and that they're not doing it until a few years from now. And that's fine. So, yeah, I guess I'm pretty much done. Sorry for getting all over the place, but I'm just saying, it seems really weird and hard to say because, again, I'm going to keep my content the same. I still want to give advice on teaching. I still will be teaching in Japan for the time being, probably until I actually have children, mainly because this is what allows me to legally stay in Japan. I need money. But at the same time, I have come to the realization that this just isn't the career for me, basically. So, again, this doesn't take back what I said. There are some really crappy jobs here. The teaching industry in Japan is a mess. I've talked about it on my channel a lot. I have more videos to come about things that I haven't spoken on yet. But at the same time, I also realized that even if it were not a mess per se, being a teacher is taking up so much time in my life. Let's say I had the best job ever. It's time consuming, money consuming, mentally consuming. The time, money, and energy that I'm wasting on this, so to speak, because don't get me wrong, I like the profession, it's taking away from the time that I have to date, taking away from the time that I have to be a mother, to have children, taking away from the time to work on my own business. YouTube is a business for me too. People try to downplay it all the time, make it sound like YouTube isn't a real thing, isn't a real business, it's for lazy people, it's whatever. YouTube most certainly is a business. And that's something that I have to tell myself too, because for a lot of people, this is not a business. They're like, when are you going to start your business? When are you going to do whatever? I do still plan to do those things. I do still want to do those things. But this also is a business. It might not be to you, but it is for and to me. It makes me money. I come up with my own content. I do everything by myself. Editing, recording, scripting, freely talking, all me. I used to not feel comfortable or confident saying that, but now I do. It is a business. Do I want to do other things business-wise? Yes. Do I still want to have my own school? Yes. And I know that I will. I will speak it into existence right now. I am going to have my own school. I'm going to have my own family. I'm going to have children, a husband, everything else. And if things don't work out perfectly the first time, I have no problem starting over and doing things again, etc. And I feel like the experiences that I've had have really been like a blessing in disguise, as I said before, because people think so much, oh, look what you missed out on, look what you whatever, you let this go. But I think to myself, as I said before, if I were so comfortable with my work, so comfortable with my relationship that I, just stayed there, I would have never gone back to Tokyo. I would have never used Paris. I would have never done all these different things. And I have new video ideas, new ways to make money, etc. There's so many things I just simply would not have done because there was no reason, no motivation, no purpose in doing any of this stuff. There just wasn't. I was given no reason. Sometimes it takes that push, something to drive you over the edge to say, what are you doing? You are wasting time. Get up. Go. And I feel like I had that moment. I've had problems in my relationship. I've had problems with my work, but I kept trying to find reasons. Hold on to this. You have this nice apartment. You have this good job. You have this good relationship. Kept trying to tell myself, do this, I'm sorry, I hit my computer. Do this, do that, do whatever, basically. And I kept thinking, okay, just stay here. No, don't quit your job because then people are going to think you're crazy. They're going to think whatever. Then you're the problem. People think that anyway. Why do I care what you think? My friends, they don't understand. From their perspective, it's like, well, don't you think maybe, you should just kind of tough it out, stay there, whatever. And some of you guys think it too. And don't get me wrong. I totally understand where you're coming from. But it's one of those things where it's like, you have to be in that position yourself to truly understand. Because from the outside looking in, I totally agree with you. Girl, just stay at the job, finish the contract, whatever. But then the problem is, what's going to happen when you finish the contract? Sure, your employer can potentially be used as a reference saying that you worked the duration of it, but then all your next job is going to ask is, oh, why did you quit? Why didn't you sign a new contract? It's just never enough. You wasted a whole year of your life being abused, underpaid, and manipulated for what? To say you worked at that company for a year? Okay. It's not going to do anything for you. You're better off using your time, effort, money, energy with another employer that values you. In my case, I'm better off using my time, money, effort, and energy, investing in myself and my own business and my own family and other endeavors. I find that I am happiest when I'm doing things for YouTube. I love making journals. I love taking pictures. I love the thought of having my own children to dress and take care of and having my own husband to take care of. That's what I want for my life. And even with that, things aren't going to be perfect, I know, because it's real life. But if they don't work out, I can always get married again. I can always date again. I can move to another country. I can move to another city. I can do whatever I need to do. I'm grateful that I don't have children right now, so I have the freedom and flexibility to easily move around and do these things. And that I'm not married, so I can easily move around and do these things. But I also realize that I do want to be married and I do want to have kids, and I cannot do that if I'm busy just focusing on my career, just working, just trying to go to school and learn 20 different things, and learn 20 different languages. Like, just focus on one thing. One thing. And if I can only focus on one thing, I want to be a mom. So I sound like a broken record because I keep saying, oh, I'm going to focus on having a family this year, blah, blah. And then, life happens. And yes, it feels embarrassing. And sometimes I want to take down videos and delete comments. But it's like, no. I want you to see my growth. I want you to see how much I've changed. I want you to see my honesty, my openness. I want my children, my family, to be able to look back and see how far I've come. I am not ashamed of my past anymore. I'm not ashamed of the things that didn't work out in my life. They're learning lessons. They're inspiration to other people. We're always surrounded by so many things that are perfect. So many things like that. We don't see real life, the real issues that go on behind closed doors. Because the only things that people want to show are their good moments, their happiness, their success, their good relationships, their good jobs. People don't want to talk about the bad, and when they do, they're very vague with it. Nobody goes into detail. It has you feeling and thinking, well, sure, they said they had a bad experience, but it couldn't have been as bad as mine because they didn't say all of that. And I respect people's right and want to privacy. It's a lot to put yourself out here on YouTube. These streets are hard out here. People go in on you. So, but at the same time, I'm glad that I am that one person out of all the people here in Japan that is completely transparent with you, tells you everything that I'm thinking on my mind, whatever. I get messages from people all the time saying that I kept them from killing themselves and that I really helped them a lot and that I gave them a good laugh and I encouraged them, gave them a good pep talk, inspiration, whatever. And that's beautiful to read. I love those messages, love those emails, love those comments. It really touches my heart because I feel like that. I cannot tell you how many times I did not want to be here on this world, in this earth. I'm glad that I'm here, that I'm able to help people, give them reason to feel that they should be alive, that they're worth it, that they're valuable people, that they have a story in life to tell, a business to create, a future to create. I used to feel like I had to be in competition with other YouTubers or other people, whatever, but I no longer feel that way. I'm happy for you and your success, even if you start after me, you have more subscribers than me, more followers, more whatever. That's fine. I'm happy for you. Because what good does it do to hate on you? I don't know what you're really going through. Again, people present what they want to show you online. And when I first started out on YouTube, that's what I thought I had to do too. I told you guys, when I first started dealing with hate comments or whatever, I didn't know how to react to because I was super sensitive. And I still am. I don't like getting bad comments. Nobody does. But I've learned to deal with them. I've learned to ignore things, to respond to things. I've learned how to handle it. You get over it. You grow. So, yeah, that's it. So I don't know what's going to really happen in my life. But even if things don't work out for whatever reason, let's say I never get married, I never have kids, never become a model, I never do whatever, I never, get a bigger YouTube channel, anything else. I'm grateful for the fact that I tried my best to go after what I really wanted instead of staying in my comfort zone and being like, well, I don't want to leave here. I don't feel comfortable. I've never had another career. I've never done this before. So I'm just going to stay here, turn 30, turn 40, and sit on my butt and just see what happens. I always want to go after those things. I love taking pictures. I love taking videos. I love having fun. I don't want to miss out on that anymore. I also don't just want to do it with myself. I want to do it with my family. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Just want to say that, my channel is going to stay the same, but I know that my goals have shifted. I know in my heart that while I love the career of being a teacher, I have come to the realization that I don't want to feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. I want to make my own money, do my own thing. My goal is not to live off of some man or whatever you want to call that. But I know that I want to make my own business be something that I enjoy and that I'm happy about. I don't want to work for someone else. So, yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your plans are for your life. What do you plan to do? What do you want to do? I don't care if you're older than me, younger than me, whatever. I'm curious. What's on you guys' mind? What's your goals? Why are you watching my channel, if you will? Like, what is your purpose in life? What do you feel like you want to do? Have you changed your mind career-wise? I know that I have several times. Before I came to Japan, I spent a period of time thinking that I wanted to, be an animator or, graphic designer and work for Sega. That was a huge dream of mine. And I thought about, doing fashion, etc. So there's so many different things that I've thought about doing, and I might still pursue those things in the future. But I know that I want to take that piece of advice to heart. Just focus on one thing. So I guess my real question for you is also, if you can only focus on one thing for your life, what is the one thing that you want to do for the rest of your life? What's something that you really want to have? So like I said, for myself, I want to be a mother. That's my goal for my life. I want to be a mom. And I hope to have a big family. So, yeah. So anyway, if you haven't already, please consider following me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. You can also add me on Snapchat at Comic the Savior and follow me on TikTok at Comic the Savior. I have a blog at comic95.com, and I hope you will watch another video. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And as always, thank you for being so supportive of me. I appreciate all of the love that you guys give me. It's really useful and helpful. I have bad days. I feel depressed. I honestly, I had to share this, but just keeping it real. Sometimes I even cry myself to sleep at night because I feel like I'm a failure. I haven't done things that I want to do in life. From getting married to messing up with school to having bad interviews to regretting things that I said to people, etc. So I beat myself up a lot about those things, and I'm human. So it feels good to have people say good and positive things to me, even if I don't necessarily reply to them. I see your comments. I appreciate it. Thank you. And you don't go unnoticed. Thank you for subscribing to me. And I really just want to say something that I have never said before, but thank you for giving my channel a chance. Anybody that's watched any of my videos, most of them don't even have 1,000 views on them. So just the fact that you were willing to click on, my video or my title, whether it's because you thought it was cute or it looked crazy or the title caught your eye or whatever, just the fact that you were willing to give my video a chance and that you stuck around and listened to me and you left a like, left a comment, chose to subscribe, it really means a lot to me. So just thank you. And thank you for watching. Bye.